I want you to understand that forget whatever that is going on social media. Forget whatever that the Nigeria terrorist states are saying on social media and behaving on their National Assembly. They know that the game is over. I am telling you the fact. The northern Nigeria know that the game is over. I know what is going on within them. The presidency of Nigeria know that the game is over. The Senate President Akpabio knows that the game is over. The only people that do not know, or maybe they are just skeptical, are the gullible one Nigerians who are believing in the Nigeria terrorist army that they have the capability to eliminate Biafrans, not knowing that I actually lost the war already before even the war started.
Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing platform. Wherever you are connecting from, please like and share this program. Share to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to everyone that you can be able to reach. This platform where you are watching this program is a platform that stands with the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oronbose. Wherever you are watching us from, I urge you to share this program so that others can be able to join us and hear what is going on. The atrocities of Nigeria has gotten to the level that is unimaginable. If you do not end Nigeria, Nigeria will end you. I want you to watch this program that I'm about to play from beginning to end. You are going to see a first-hand experience of what the poor people are facing in the zoological republic called Nigeria, in the hand of the politicians and those who call themselves the leaders of the zoo. Nigeria has to be destroyed and ended before it ends humanity. I want you to pay close attention to this very video that is about to play so that you can see the experience of the poor masses in Nigeria. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's watch and hear what happened.
Now, you know that in Plateau State, Governor Caleb Mutfwang has actually given some restrictions and the timing through whereby these restrictions will have to continue. So, do you know that in that particular situation, there is tension? About 36 cows have been killed, all right, and 42 poisoned following Governor Mutfwang's night grazing ban. Now, since the night grazing ban, some farmers have gone to poison their farmlands, and some of the cows have also been killed. Now, the Miyetti and Lao Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria announced that in Basa local government area of Plateau State, 36 cows were killed and 42 were poisoned. This incident follows a ban on night grazing issued by Governor Caleb Mutfwang in response to recent violence in the state. Yao Idris, the chairman of MACBAN for Basa local government, provided additional insights indicating that poison was placed on garden eggs and spread across the grazing area. He urged the Fulani community to not resort to self-justice. Well, you will not be surprised that this is a vengeful means. You go kill people, continue what you're doing, and then you think that people do not have the means to retaliate. Well, as it stands right about now, Governor Mutfwang has told his people to protect themselves, should defend themselves in whatever capacity he did not disclose, but he said they need to defend themselves. Now, the president has constituted a population census committee. All right. The president instituted a population census committee, and Nigerians said, wow, What kind of committee members are this? You have North Central, Northwest, North Central. You also have most of them from the Southwest. You have Atiku Bagudu. You have, that's a budget minister. You have a couple of them whom a lot of Nigerians are saying, you guys, why is that committee not fully represented? What is the motive behind this? We'll be looking into that as to the fact that the persons that were put together for that particular population census upcoming to plan it, why are they not all around the regions? Why just the north, some aspects of the north, and then basically the southwest? What's the agenda? Permutations are going that they want to possibly inflate the population census results, that the idea that the north is more populated than every other region, well, it will now be something of the past, or maybe this means through which that mirage that you need the north to win elections may not be so. Like I said, different permutations are coming across board concerning that, but we'll be looking at the objective formation of that team and what they stand to represent, how they intend to organize the population census after they're able to submit the report to the president. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have right here in the studio barrister, pastor, chief, doctor, professor, chairman, Barrister Darlington Agumore. Barrister Darlington, how are you?
Esther, you mean all this for me?
Only you. Only you.
Okay, no problem.
I also have right here Mr. Tochukwu Ezukama. He is a researcher, a thought provoker, an editor, a writer, an author. He's also a social and political commentator. Mr. Tochukwu, good evening, and thank you for joining us on the Evening Rush today.
Good evening and welcome.
So we have a lot of demystifying to do.
Yeah.
And it's quite imperative that we're able to put heads together and try to sieve out the wheat, the propaganda, the conspiracy theory from the facts. Okay? Now, I'm going to start with you, Barrister Darlington. Why is it that the youth or the Southeasterners are not joining the Nigerian army? It's a quota system, and every region needs to be represented. The Southeast is underwhelmingly represented. What do you think is the reason for that?
Good, Esther. The quota system was meant to balance things across board in Nigeria.
Okay.
That was the origin of quota system, especially after the war that some people were backwards and all that. In order to give them a sense of belonging, they say, okay, let there be quota system. But over the years, this thing has been abused. Deliberately abused. Some of this quota system thing is no longer applicable. It favored the North mostly, especially in academics, in educational system.
You think it favors the North?
Not I think. A situation whereby you will see that people from the Southeast must have 180 before they can enter Unity School and all that. But somebody from the North, especially Zamfara and all that, if they score even five, they are good to go. And they'll be in the same class. Tell me, is that part of quota system? The answer is capital no. All this noise about Igbos joining the army or not joining the army. Esther, they have killed our young men. Who else is left to go to the army? They have slaughtered all the young men in the Southeast. So who else is left?
Who slaughtered them, Barrister Darlington?
The Nigerian military.
The Nigerian military slaughtered them.
Hold on, ask them, what are they doing in the Southeast where there is no war? What are they doing in the Southeast where there is no war, no killing? What are they doing there? Go to Umuma. Purpose of the mass local, no single youth is there. They have either run away or killed. It's on record. So the question you should ask yourself, why are they militarizing the Southeast where nothing was going on? And then the North where the real war is going on, nothing is there. No military is there, no police, no army. So what are they doing in the Southeast? When the military visit you, they don't come to say good evening or to come. No, you know they are trying to kill. Anywhere they go, it is to kill. And that's what they are doing. They have been doing this in the Southeast over the years, and we have been shouting. So tell me what they are doing in the Southeast, if not to kill us. And now you say they should. There is nobody left. That's why we are saying now the remaining one they should not join. If you are killing them where there's no war, is it not that you are taking the reward so that you not spare them?
But they will not be represented properly. It's a quota system where they have to be represented. Where the Nigerian army has to come to the state to appeal to the youth. It has gotten that bad that they have to, it's only 200. And you have other ethnic regions properly represented. The north about more than 4,000.
You are talking too much about this matter.
Okay.
Let them beg us to join NNPC and see whether the office will accommodate the youth that will come from the southeast. NNPC, the youth in Igbo land cannot go there. Federal Inland Revenue, the youth in Igbo land cannot go there. Are you telling me internal revenue, customs? We are not qualified to go there. It is the army. And what is the army? Recruit, not even cadet officers. So recruit. Those who will go and die the war front. You are not going to train them at NDA, Kaduna NDA. You are not going there to train them. It's the people who just recruit and say, go and fight and die there. Why is it that other federal ministries, they are not begging Igbo youth to come and join? Why? Why? Have you asked yourself that question? CPN, they won't beg the Igbo youth to come and join them there. We have enough in the military. Let them promote those ones. Let us see that they have reintegrated into the Nigerian military. We have enough youth. There are enough people in the military. Now, let them treat those people the way they have been treating people from the north. That's what we are saying.
All right, Mr. Chichukwu Ezukama.
Yes.
Why do you think that the Southeasterners are not joining the army? They need persons between the age of 18 to 22 years. And based on the quota system and what the Nigerian army is saying, that the Southeast is underrepresented. And it's not a loss, it's a loss to them that they're not represented, because whatever amount of money is given to them for welfare and whatever, it cuts across all the geopolitical zones, right, and all the geographical locations. So if you have a lack of representation or an underwhelming representation of the Southeast, what happens to whatever budget that comes to them? That's one. Two, why do you think there is an apathy of the Southeasterners to join the Nigerian army? What do you think caused it?
Well, I was making the point yesterday that the masses do not think, the masses follow. At the end of the Nigerian Civil War, our political leaders were those that were very pro-Nigerian, the Azikiwes, the Timber and Calibers, who never believed in Biafra, who had ignored their advice to declare Biafra. So because they told us by their body language, by their actions, that the war is over, we are back to being Nigerians.
Okay.
All is well. Nigeria is a good place for every Nigerian within the limits of human weaknesses.
Okay.
Even in homes, parents like some children more than others.
Okay.
So there's never a perfect place in this world. Okay. So, but based on weaknesses of human beings, Nigeria is good for every Nigerian. We imbibe that mindset. Our youth joined the army. We played like full Nigerians, and it paid off for us. After 9 years of the Civil War, an Igbo man was the president. An Igbo man was the Speaker of the House, because we had jettisoned Biafranism, which is what is killing the Igbo man.
After 9 years of the Civil War.
1979.
Okay. All right.
Where they were as an Umeji, as Speaker. So minus the North, who had the president. The Southeast that just came out from the war became the most politically powerful group.
Okay.
So there was no marginalization. We got that position. But with time, we started going backwards.
Okay.
When the new era came, our new set of leaders, whose mindset about Nigeria and the place of the Igbos in Nigeria were conditioned by the Biafran propaganda.
Okay.
We went back to that Biafranism. So now we are telling our young men, we are not Nigerians. We have a separate country.
Who is telling our young men that?
IPOB is doing that. That's new Biafranism. That's their message.
Advice against
so
it.
Because the masses follow and do not think, our young men are imbibing it and staying away from Nigeria. But the thing is about quota. Every state has its own quota.
Okay.
So if you're not meeting up your quota, you are losing out. Quota system is a very controversial issue.
Okay.
In most cases, heterogeneous societies, heterogeneous countries, you have quota system. You have it in the US for one reason or the other. My father told me, my father fought in the Second World War, that because Northerners tend to be taller than Southerners on the average,
Okay.
the height bar was reduced for Southerners. That's quota system. If you use one height bar, then the army will be filled by northerners. So in the south, if you said in the north 5'7" to join the army, in the south it might be 5'4" because we tend to be shorter. That was quota system that benefited the south. The present quota system of unity school might be benefiting the north and be tilted against the south, but it goes both ways at different points. So we better join the army, get represented in the army. I know many Igbo army officers that retired as generals. Some of my friends, I went to school with them. We went to the university, they went to NDA.
Well, but Darlington is of a different opinion.
Pardon?
He's opining that whenever you send them to the they're sent to the war front to be slaughtered. And that where is the opportunity to grow through the ladder?
I said many of my friends retired as generals. They got in the army with school certificate.
Is it the same thing now? Is it the same process now?
Well, prove that it's not the same. The people they are telling to join the NDA are not foot soldiers. Foot soldiers don't go to NDA. Nigerian Defense Academy train army officers. They start as second lieutenant, and get to generals. So many generals in charge today got in at the age of 18 to 22. So if you miss out on joining in 20 years later, 10 years later, it will become evident that drawback, and we blame it on marginalization. But it's not marginalization. It's that we don't read the Nigerian reality right. We are caught in our self-pity. We are caught in this victimhood mentality. Everybody hates us.
You still stand on that. You don't
That's
think
what I know.
You don't think that what caused that thing was the civil sir?
After the civil war, we did well because we jettisoned the self-pity mentality. So we are going back to what we had. How can you be a vice president in some countries of the world after 9 years of the war that you were defeated? You won't even be allowed to partake. But we partaked and excelled. So why are we not excelling now?
No.
It's our mindset.
So you think it's a mindset that is causing the representation in the polity itself is literally being eroded?
If you don't do your politics well.
All right, Barrister Darlington, let me hear your opinion.
Before the war, before the 1966 coup, the Igbos were all over the place in Nigeria. It's on record. We were holding the commanding height of this economy, the military, everywhere. It was academics. It's on record. This position became a subject of envy and jealousy. It's not as if we got it through nepotism. No, I said merited. And you go and check the history of Nigeria, the economy of Nigeria. It was when the Igbos were the commanding height of the economy. It's on record. That was when Nigeria had their golden years.
Yes.
When we were at the commanding height, that will tell you that we know how to manage what? Resources. Since after that time, out of jealousy, out of wickedness, they said, why should the Igbos be at the commanding height? And then they orchestrated the 1966 coup and called it Igbo coup. And that was where the elimination started.
Who orchestrated it?
You said what?
Who orchestrated
if it was not orchestrated, why should the IBB write a book and say 1966 coup was not an Igbo coup? Why should you say that? Is that the only coup that happened in Nigeria?
Did he talk about who orchestrated it?
No, you know better than him, Abi. He was in the army.
I didn't.
I'm not. Oh, please, hold on. Let us say this thing as it is. Now, when this thing happened, they started 3 days of Ogi killing. 260 Igbo officers, high ranking they were eliminated. Some were killed in their toilet, some were killed in their bedroom, some were killed in their office, on the road. Anywhere they see them, shoot aside. That was how they started eliminating them. All of them. The so-called Northerners were killed. How many Northerners were killed in the coup? Esther. Sauduna was killed by his own son, Nzogu. Nzogu was the one. He was the arrowhead. Nzogu was Saduna's son. He adopted him. Why are they calling him Igbo man? He grew up in that house.
Because of the name.
Oh, no, it's not enough. Hold on. He grew up in that house. Everybody knows. Saduna never had any child. Not even a son. It was that boy he adopted as his son. So, is that what?
Historical fallacies.
No, hold on.
You think it's
Historical
historical fallacy?
Hold on.
Sadwana had how many wives? Sadwana had many children. Many children.
Is that what?
Nzogu didn't know the Sadwana of Sokoto.
Okay, what
Read the books.
Nzogu did not know the
No,
Sadwana.
not on a personal level. No. Read the books by the main
Oh
actors.
my God! What did you say? That Nzogu was not adopted by Saduna?
No.
Are you serious?
Nzogu had Igbo parents that
I'm
brought him
telling
to
you,
school.
hold on.
He went to St. John's,
Oh my God.
St. John's,
What is this man
Kaduna.
trying to say
He
now?
trained in the army.
Okay.
Had no personal knowledge
Of-
of the Sadwana.
Hey.
He had no personal knowledge of Sadwana.
Help
No,
you.
no.
Okay,
Somebody
Pastor.
should help me. Now, do you know that when Nzogu died at Abagana, after the Abagana,
Nzogu died at the Nsuka sector
Hold on.
in the early days of the war.
He died in at Nsuka section.
In the early days of the war.
Pastor Dante, you're saying he died at Abagana.
Abagana, that was where the war was hot. He died there. Do you know that when Nzogu died, both the Biafran and the Nigerian soldiers, they called for a truce to mourn him for 3 days. They were crying. They cried for the death of Nzogu. Okay, when this man died, Gowon had to order for his corpse to be brought back to the federal side. This was the man fighting for Biafra. Ask where was Nzogu buried?
This is why I advise my viewers to always try to spend their time also and pay attention to the conventional media. You can see that almost everything that we are saying on the social media is said in the conventional media, even though they try to be politically correct. But I bet you, the only place you can see the raw truth is on the social media and the platforms of the United States of Biafra, where we disseminate information the way it is. You can see even a fellow Biafran defending the atrocities of Nigeria against its own people. It is a shame. It is a shame. But they do these things in order to create that problem and coerce between us. We must pay attention. We move. Biafra all the way.